panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, everybody in here, good day. To our audience and our viewers, I feel honored to have you here today. I am Pazo Amos, here to propose the motion that Nigeria's diversity is her strength. What is diversity? Diversity means varieties. Differences in the way you think, differences in the way you talk, differences in the way you address issues and the way you view things. That might be as a result of your upbringing, as a result of your belief, as a result of your culture. That is what diversity means. How do this diversity relate us in Nigeria? Answer this question, please. What is the solution to all Nigeria's problem? Very simple, diversity. How do I mean it? Diversity brings creativity. Diversity brings unity. Diversity brings strength, empowerment, and economic development. I give you my points. Creativity. I once heard Obama said, 2 heads are better than 1. And I'm sure that's true. Your weaknesses might be my strength. My weaknesses might be your strength. By the time we come together to function as a body, we carry everybody along, irrespective of your shortcomings. That is what diversity can do. Secondly, unity. What do I mean by getting unity through diversity? Unity has been defined by Oxford Advanced Learner Dictionary as the state of being in agreement with one another and working together. Agreement in quotes. Meaning, before you have agreement, there definitely must be disagreement, there must be diversity, there must be differences. So what I'm trying to make you understand here today is that diversity is what brings about the concept of unity. And if unity is gotten from diversity, that means what we have as a people, we can use our diversity as a tool to achieve what we intend to achieve. I would conclude this way. Diversity brings unity. Unity, I'm sure, brings understanding, and understanding is what brings peace. And peace is what brings development and empowerment is what makes us strong as a nation. And of course, there is no definition of strength that is better as that anywhere in this country. Thank you very much.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, panel of impartial judges, accurate timekeeper, the moderator, my co-debaters, distinguished and disinfectant, beautiful, bouncing, well-behaved ladies and gentlemen. I am standing in my capacity here to say that Nigeria's diversity is her strength. First and foremost, I would like to ask the inevitable question: what is diversity? Nigeria, as a nation, is the largest in West Africa and the most populous nation of West Africa. It has about 158.2 million people as of 2010, and also have roughly about 250 different tribes, all in Nigeria. Secondly, Nigeria is faced with so many challenges, rising from political issues, religious issues, ethnic issues, as well as social issues, which brought so much challenges to the government, as well as the security challenges in tackling those issues. Nigeria is endowed with human and natural resources, but despite all this, Nigeria is still faced with so much challenges. Take a look at the presence of the groups of the militants from the Niger Delta. Is not on the advantage of the Nigeria. Secondly, the Bakassi boys from the east, the OPC from the west, as well as the presence of Boko Haram presently hitting almost all the northern part of the country. I believe with these few words of mine, I'm able to tell you that
good day all, the distinguished judges, the co-debaters, my viewers, and my colleagues, all you are welcome to this important episode of this debate. I am here as Shamsuddin, Nigeria's diversity is her strength. And because of these following reasons, we use cultural values and cultural heritages to prosper. Cultural values, culture is used as a tool for national integration through our cultural activities. If we can cast our mind back into the years in the back, we have Festac in 1977, we have such festivities like Yam festivals, we have in the East, we have some Zembirom in Josia. We also have recently the Abuja National Carnival. All this is prosperity and peace and harmony that brings to the country. And secondly, we are talking about prominence and recognition of women through cultural diversity. If we can look back to the ancient time right to the present time, how women gain prominence through diversity. Look at Titi Layoresum Kuti. We have Queen Amina of Zazzau. We also have the most recent one, Sarah Jibril, maybe the next president of Nigeria, the first female president. All these people got prominence through this diversity. And for that, with this, women are able to be heard, and then the discrimination stop against them. And finally, I think I will talk about the economy. When we look at our cultural diversity, we will see that there is issue of development. Thank you. Anyway, cultural diversity and the economy, sorry to take you there. The economy, we use cultural activities, cultural centers, monuments, tourist centers to create money.
All protocol duly observed. My listening audience, good evening. I am Mark Baladayol, and I stand on this platform to disagree that Nigerian diversity is her strength. What do I mean? The word diversity is derived from the Latin word diversus, and it means two different things that doesn't meet. Now, why do I say Nigerian diversity is not her strength? I want to bring us to example close home. As we are seated here, every debater has come with his own people here. But why did they leave? If we say there is unity in diversity, I take your silence for an answer. And secondly, why I say Nigerian diversity is not her strength. We don't believe in merit, but we believe in quarter system of governance in this country. Why is it so? Whether you deliver or not, it is your own quarter to come and rule. Why is it so in this country? And I want to speak about the issue of non-indigenship. It is what operates mostly in this country. When you go to developed country, which I refer to as Asian Tigers country, that move from developing country to developed country, like Korea, Singapore, Japan, USA. If you are opportunity to be born in these countries, there are certain years you are going to spend in this country, and you have automatically become an indigent. Why is it not operating in Nigeria? So I stand on this platform to tell my co-debaters today and my listening audience that Nigerian diversity is not her strength, rather it is her weakness. And I also want to tell us today that the 1960 war is back to us again. Why did we hear people running from one region to another? If you are not from the north, you go to a region. If you are not from the south, you go to a region. That is to tell you that diversity is not for our advantage, but rather for our disadvantage. I hope my judges and my co-debaters will agree with me that Nigerian diversity is not her strength, rather her weakness. Thank you.
Well, I am gallantly standing here to disagree with this good friend of mine. Were we like this before in Nigeria? We were tolerant before. There used to be peace in Nigeria before. Where our diversity is denied then, we were still the same people. Why were we living together then? My colleague, my co-debater, our problem is bigotry. Simply intolerance, not diversity. And I heard you talk about quota system. You are indirectly telling us that winner takes all. But as a team of people in diversity, at least it should be a strength that you take somebody who is a weak person and make him strong together as a team. Thank you. It's not time. That's a warning bell. Well, and it's still true. I'm not yet done with him. By the time you pick up somebody By the time you pick up somebody who is depressed, you with your strength, moving together as a team, at least you make things happen. Not that diversity is a problem in this country. It is indeed a force that binds us together, and it's what gives us our identity and our strength. That is why we refer to everyone in the world as leaders of Africa. Yes, we are.
Yeah, I come to encapsulate and to shed more light what my co-debater have not yet told us. Like I said, Nigerian diversity is not our strength. He made mention of intolerance. What brings about intolerance? Is it not because of different tribes and different religion and different understanding that people have? That is the question I want to throw in with you, my co-debater, and my listening audience this evening. What brings intolerance in the country, even at home? It is because of misunderstanding, and it is because people have come to speak two different languages that this one didn't understand. That is why there will be intolerance. So, my co-debater, and my listening audience this evening, I want you to agree with me that Nigerian diversity is not her strength, and it can never be her strength. Thank you.
Wow. It makes me begin to wonder how this is going to end. But now I will ask the audience to begin to cast their votes for the best side. And as we take our comments from our judges.
Most of you started slowly, shakily, but you picked up not very, very well. And Mark, Bala, you came up strong, but then you need to watch your grammar, your pronunciations. By and large, of course, it's not easy, but we tried. We could do better.
The Ruby group, I think you did well, even though the first speaker was, rallying around unity. And I think just two keywords and the diversity kept coming up. And of course, for the second speaker from the Ruby team, again, I was surprised to hear him welcoming, listeners and viewers to this episode of the debate. So I was confused. You were, about to take the role of the moderator. So I think we need to be very, very careful. The Amber team, I think the speaker could not convince me at all, the first speaker. And the points he raised, I couldn't understand whether he was talking on the problems bedeviling Nigeria or on the problems, it couldn't relate to diversity at all. So I think that was a huge problem, but I think the second speaker also helped your cause.
Wow, this is good. I'm excited. Like I said earlier, peace can be achieved on the plateau. The result is out, as collated by our judges and this wonderful audience. So for this session, the winner is the Ruby team! Congratulations. Welcome back to the second segment of this battle of words. This has been a stiff battle, if you agree with me. I have in this second segment going head to head two teams from the proposing side. The Pearl team and also the opposing team. Give it up for the Mika team. The topics still remain the same. Nigeria's diversity is our strength.
There never were in the world two opinions alike. No more than two words, nor two grains. The most universal quality is diversity. These are the words of a French philosopher, Michel de Montaigne, and they form the basis of our arguments today. Good day, the moderator, panel of judges, timekeeper, the audience, and my co-debaters. My name is Rose, and I stand to propose the motion that Nigeria's diversity is her strength. Diversity, as defined by the Concise Dictionary, is the quality of being widely varied, and strength is the quality of being strong. From the World Fact Book, Nigeria has about 400 dialects, 250 ethnic groups, several religions, and many professional bodies. Myopic minds may see this as a source of conflict, but with the following points, my teammates and I will prove how complementary and strengthening these qualities are. First and foremost, As a democratic nation, Nigeria will thrive on the productivity of its diversity, a productivity fostered by free critical thought by diverse groups on issues of common interest. Conformity and uniformity are jailers of freedom and enemies of growth. Diversity is the art of thinking independently together, and the extraordinary collection of thoughts and knowledge will make our country better. In conclusion, diversity is the one true thing we all have in common. The various ingredients of ethnicities, traditions, religions, and creeds must come together to make our country better. Diversity eradicates monotony. It helps us to spread division of labor. It enhances the quality of our work because everybody appreciates and is able to understand each other. Thank you.
It can't be any less clearer in Nigeria's case when we hear the sayings, too many cooks spoil the broth. Ladies and gentlemen, can it truly be said that Nigeria's diversity is her strength? An emphatic no is my answer to this question. And I say the moderator, panel of impartial judges, the accurate timekeeper, my co-debaters, the wonderful audience. My name is Isaac Akbo, and I stand here today to assert that Nigeria's diversity has been so misappropriated that we cannot really say it is a source of strength. I marshal my arguments with the following points. In admission of students into universities in Nigeria, it is an obvious fact that merit has no longer been the main criterion. Over the years, Nigerians have fueled the embers of selfish drive in ethnic differences, multicultural diversities, to the extent that academic excellence and intellectual competence have been thrown to the background. What more can we say? Is it a surprise that our academic quality and quality of our educational system has plummeted so much into the deep? It is a wonder. It shouldn't be a wonder that people like Chinua Achebe have consistently declined the national award from the federal government of Nigeria. It may be his way of saying, I don't like your yardsticks. The government should think of better ways of beginning to reward academic excellence and performance. Perhaps we can start by introducing merit and transparency in our admission process. In the recruitment or election of, in the appointment of people into our public service, it has been bedeviled by a wide range of bias along ethnic, religious, and tribal dissensions. To the extent, competent and effective people are not given the right jobs at the expense of the people who can do it. Is it a surprise then that we have so much corruption and financial impropriety affecting almost every sector of our economy? I may not have all the points to buttress my argument tonight, but I'm sure with these very few, we can see how that diversity has been a negative impact on our educational system. It has bridled a lot of corruption. We are all witnesses to it. The right hand don't have the opportunity to bring the change we desire in our nation. Endless crimes, violence, maiming of lives and property. I believe with these sound points, I have been able to succinctly convince my able panel of judges that diversity indeed has been a source of weakness for Nigeria. Thank you.
The moderator, panel of impartial judges, accurate timekeeper, my co-debaters, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you all. You all agree with me that success has nothing to do with the color of your skin, where you are born, or your religious diversity. Rather, diversity promotes competition because individual groups strive to excel over others, thereby improving the quality of their work, which in turn lead to the betterment of the groups individually and collectively as a nation. Again, the diverse socio-cultural heritage of Nigeria has strong tourism potential, which has economic benefit to the country. Again, it promotes the image of the people as a nation. In fact, Nigeria can realize our vision 2020 if it can properly harness the potential in its diverse human and natural resources. The Nigerian Constitution has this to say: we, the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, resolve to live in peace and harmony as one indivisible nation No wonder there are fundamental human rights to protect our rights of being ourselves. Again, in the words of John Kennedy, having realized the strength in diversity, he said, and I quote, "If you cannot now end our differences and help to make the world safe for diversity, then we are not ready to progress." Looking at the issue of Nigeria, our strength really lies in our diversity. You cannot expect people of the same cultural background, people of the same idea, to come together and make something reasonable. We need diversity. We need difference. We need different people, different opinions to come together to bring. Thank you.
Nigeria's diversity is her strength? Oh no. Can a black color be called a white color? I'm sure the answer is no. However, I am giving honor to the moderator, panel of judges, timekeeper, co-debaters, and ladies and gentlemen. My name is Aminu Yahaya. I am here to oppose the motion which says that Nigeria's diversity is her strength. Ethnicity and religious politics has bedeviled Nigeria due to our diversity. This can be seen in elections, where if a candidate is not from a particular religion or ethnic group, the people do not vote for him. This was the case in the 2011 general elections, where a lot of people voted on the basis of religious and ethnic sentiments. Indigenship and settlership problems has also bedeviled Nigeria due to our diversity. This has led to a lot of clashes in many places like Plateau, Kaduna, Ebonyi, to mention but a few, where a lot of lives and properties were lost. My good-looking audience, with this particular point, will it be fair to say that Nigeria's diversity is her strength? Nigerians have also been divided due to our diversity. The Southerners regard the Northerners as their enemies, and so also the Northerners regard the Southerners as their enemies. An example is the present trend where you see the Southerners living in the North are running away back to the South, and so also the Northerners living in the South running away, returning to the North.
Thank you. May I remind you, my opponent, that according to C.S. Lewis, who said that the explanation of cause is not a justification for reason. It is laughable that a country like Nigeria will fight over misappropriation and sentiments, voting for sentiments. It is only a mark of our immaturity. It's a mark of the level of educational standard where we have not really achieved in our country. May I tell us again that a country like US has many cultures and traditional people in their country. The increasing traditional and cultural diversity is what is making them a multiracial superpower with increasing cultural ties with the rest of the world. Diversity is not a source of conflict. Rather, it helps us to come together, to bring our heads together.
Thank you once again for giving me this opportunity to endorse my case. In response, if I may respond to what she just said, I put it to you, my opponent, that mentioning immaturity for me is an outright contradiction of your position, because that is the fallout of our diversity today. If I may respond to the issue of monotony, do we just need variety for the sake of having variety? Obviously, we have lost productivity in this country, and that is what is more important to us than having just variety, because monotony is tiresome. Our educational sector is so unproductive. Agriculture has not produced enough food for us, all because people have chosen to follow sentiments, ethnic interests, all after the national cake, and we've left the granite pyramids and the cotton balls of the north. When can we grow to maturity? Thank you very much.
Wow. I don't know about you, but I've been having a great time. I just found out that in the Constitution of Nigeria, it states that we, the people of Nigeria, have resolved to live in peace. Peace is what we want, and we must achieve it. Look, shout, peace is possible. Peace is possible. Good. Now, audience will start voting as I take comments from our judges.
I guess this is one of the toughest debates we've had. It's going to be tough on us having to decide on who eventually carries the day. For the first speaker, from the PL group, I like the strength of your introduction, and I also like the fact that you gave us enough statistics to actually support that. Then again, I like the fact that you made that innuendo and made allusions to myopic minds not being able to understand that Nigeria's diversity is actually a strength. All right, for the other speaker, for Mika Group, I actually liked your very clear assertion at the beginning of the debate, and I like the fact that, there was this fluidity from your introduction down to your conclusion. But again, I had a problem with you just limiting your examples to just education. For both sides now, I was actually expecting that we would have a global perspective of the issue, even though you're talking about Nigeria.
For the first speaker on the Pearl side, you came out with facts and statistics like you said, but then you were unable to tell us how it's Nigeria's strength. That's the biggest problem I had with your own part of the debate. You should have told us, because the issue at stake here is Nigeria's diversity is her strength. Yes, you told us we have these socio-ethnic groups and the likes, but how is it her strength? Of course, the first speaker here, you came out, you did very, very well, excellently well. And for your second, I thought he was, but he came and he did extremely well. So he was a bomb from both of you, to say the truth. And then we all did well.
Wow, this has been intellectually stimulating. And you agree with me, it has been a fierce battle. But the winner must emerge. This is the second session, the result of the second session. And I'm about to announce it because the result is out. With the help of the audience and the judges. The winner of this session is the Mika team! Congratulations.
Shoulder to shoulder, all for one, we keep holding each other. One for all, and no gender or faith, we are one. Everybody will get peace of mind. Shoulder to shoulder, all for one, we keep holding each other. One for all.